Okay, so like I don't know who to rant to, right? I don't know who to talk to. I am I'm losing my autism. It sucks. Like I am a weird person, and I like being weird, and I like having no friends, or I like having friends come and go in life. I like having people come and go, and just me being weird is sort of the only constant. I had an audition slash applied for a dating show, like televised today, and I went there and I was going through the questions, and it was scheduled for half an hour, and went for like 20 minutes, which is like hardly ever a good sign. It I feel as though I came across bland. It was like they were egging me on, asking questions like, hey, what's your ideal partner look like? Why do you describe yourself as quirky? Like, they were giving me opportunities, and they called me diplomatic. I came across as very, I suppose, nonchalant about a lot of things. Very like, yeah, look, hey, I'm pretty easygoing, I'm pretty acceptable. Which, like, that is true. But it's like, hey, you want like a real answer, you want a diplomatic answer, and it's like for whatever reason, I played the rules of the game of nice, fair, fun society, which is you give the diplomatic answer, when discussing with another human being, where it's kind of like, um, what do you want in a human? Well, I'd like a nice smile and, kind eyes and, someone who's genuine. And it's like, yes, okay, that's absolutely true. But I mean, there's no harm in, going that extra mile of being like, hey, look, like, I'm fucking autistic. Someone who's like, self-aware is going to like call out what's going on with them, and it was like, hey, we can be nice and polite and diplomatic in front of people, or like if you straight up just want to like fuck in front of your parents, like I'm down for that. And it's like there is that side of me that can go from 0 to 100 like instantly, and it's like, why can't I sell that? Why have I been so media trained to be diplomatic and to be like able to be normal? And like, I know, yes, sweet, like self-awareness coming to you now, like after the fact, pissed off, ruminated on it for a few hours, just out of the shower, like I'm wearing a towel, but like overall, like just very aware that like this is not a normal presentation where I'm like very amped up, very like manic right now, having a good chat about like, this is the me that I should have come across, like the very in your face, very like, kind of like, don't have to be all like buttoned up and like normal-ish, and like that's what I kind of wish I portrayed. Why can't I be this genuine all of the time? And I think it's just like there are those multiple sides of us that's living in who we are, right? And it's like there's that part of you that like absolutely is a big dingus, and that's like the point of what I'm doing here, is just to be like, don't let this side of you die. Don't let anyone be so covered up with the professional, the public persona that is diplomatic and buttoned up and nonchalant and caring and kind and nice, and those are all traits and qualities that absolutely should permeate your being and come out in whichever state you're in. But hey, look, if nothing else, camera that I'm ranting to, or whatever's going on with this interaction between this and me, right? Like it's allowing myself to have this space to debrief in and to get back to a functioning level where it's like, realize when you're at your manic and you're pushing those upper boundaries of like, this is life, this is like I'm a punk rocker, I'm ambidextrous, so it's like cool for me to show you I can do left hand right hand stuff. I'm really into art and I'm really into reading books on philosophy. Oh, fucking can't even speak. Philosophical books on philosophy, personal development, psychology, just figuring out what the fuck we're doing as humans, right? And it's like it permeates through my being. It is who I am, someone who is genuinely interested in being around other people and figuring out what we're doing here. And that starts with me knowing who I am and being comfortable with being able to say where I'm at, getting passionate about what I do. But to come across as like, hey, first date scenario, oh great, this guy's at a job interview. Like, fuck man, that ain't me. That's not what we're doing here. But it was. That's what I was like. I was bland. I was diplomatic. I was having a job interview with someone, being like, look, I don't know. Like there were the questions I wanted to ask, right? Which is like, hey, okay, we're auditioning for a dating show, right? Whatever. And you're out there and you're having a chat with someone, and you're like, okay, so real question: the people you're interviewing here right now, are they like genuinely looking for real love, or is it like, hey, fucking get my name out there, I'm a bit of a celebrity, or want to be a celebrity, right? And like for me, I'm putting myself in my own shoes to begin with. It's like, mate, if the opportunity to match me up with someone who is like a perfect match comes along, whether it's a game show, walking down the street, your mum hooks you up. Like, take that opportunity, right? So first and foremost, if that's there, take it. That's the ultimate prize, whatever. Don't need cash, don't need clout. Just, give me the consensual sex with the missus, right? Give me that love. And then coming out from that, okay, well, sweet. Is it then just like get your name out there being public? It's like, mate, like this is my basic like one social media outlet and it's got like 6 views on it. So like, no, not in it for the clout, evidently. Not in it to like try and be more or be more known or anything other than just like, hey, this is an opportunity for me to have a bit of fun. And so that's where I'm coming from, right? And so it's like, at the end of the day, you have this interaction with this casting director person, pseudo first date vibes, asking a lot of questions about like what would you do on a first date, and it's like, dress nice. You're basically trying to sell yourself, kind of a thing. And it's like, mate, if I'm on a first date with someone, like I'll rock up like this, like hey, here I am, it's only uphill from here, or it's like, okay, guess we're stepping down, whatever. Like, you're not into this, cool, whatever. Or you're taking them on like, I'll rock up in like a t-shirt and some like joggers and basketball shorts and be like, hey, fucking just met you. Let's do a 5K run. Can you handle that? Are you going to like be like, nah, not into that, whatever? I was like, okay, we'll go for a nice boardwalk near the beach or something, or a hike or, something, active, right? How do you handle that? I was like, no, okay, you wanted to come all dressed up, like whatever. Did your hair, did your makeup? That's cool. And like totally support that. Absolutely. I got to change your clothes in the car. I can, put myself on, whatever. It's like, obviously like I showered and put some cologne on or whatever, deodorant before I came here. I'll just whack on, the quote unquote nicer clothes and we'll go to a fancy restaurant because like prepare for whatever situation, right? I mean, my first preference, yeah, be chill, man. If you want to be yourself in sweatpants and a big baggy t-shirt, go and do that. Happy to meet you. If you want to full on go the extra mile and like treat it like it's a first date in an upper class socioeconomic sort of situation where we're all, just pretending like, things are normal and people wear suits and like that's what life is, like sure, we can do that. But there's certainly an element of me that's like, sack that, man. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel as though I have to like play the game. So like, I put pants on. It's a Zoom call. No one's seeing my damn pants. Like, I mean, to be honest, I did actually stand up and adjust the lighting over here. So they did see the fact that I was wearing pants, which is great. And when I say pants, I mean like I would have been wearing shorts regardless. Like, but yeah, to like pseudo dress up, act kind of very diplomatic. Man, that ain't me. That's not what I'm feeling who I am or I'm supposed to be. And to come across and realize it about yourself, it's very disappointing to be like, your whole life you've been labeled as autistic and other. And so I'm talking about me here, but also like, you seek to learn how to fit in, to learn how to play the game, to learn how to think like other humans so that you can get in there and figure it out. And it's like, there are limitations to your quirkiness, right? It's like, if you want to be quirky and collect frogs on the side, like that's cool. But if you are, bringing your frogs into your workplace and taking them out of your pockets and calling them by their scientific name in front of like other people are probably going to be like, yeah, frog guy, like he's a bit weird, right? And so it's like, I'm aware of that. And it's like, absolutely, I would love to be like, gosh, if I never grew up, man, I'd be like walking around like all these Pokemon cards and be like, oh, did you know that this one was like, first edition, straight out of the packet, 1996, whatever. I didn't go there. It's a horrible example to give an example where it's like, I don't know. But I figured, or stamps, something like that. Like I could come down and be like, I could know the specifics. Or like I used to be like that as a kid. I used to be very streamlined in my thought process and what I was interested in. And now it's like I've grown up and I've become more commodious. I'm a much bigger personality of all that encompasses the around here. And I look at somebody and I witness the situation and it's like, okay, is this a person who is mentally with it right now? Are they physically in the same space that they are mentally? Based on how they're dressed, are they, prepared for the situation that they're in? Do they sort of come at to it with different expectations? Again, what background are they from? What's their class like? How do they hold themselves? How do they conduct themselves? Are they aware? Are they playing a game? Are they putting it on? Are they genuinely being themselves? Like it's that kind of lens that I'm trying to ascertain when I'm in an interaction with somebody. And I was half in and half out of that. And it's like, mate, like, don't be lukewarm. Be one or the other. Either be, like, completely different, make in it, play the rules of the game, be there for the dating test, quiz, whatever, interview, first date, and be like, yeah, I'm very diplomatic, and that's what I'm trying to be. Or be like, nah, look, man, I'm a total fucking weirdo, and it's like, yeah, I will, like, fuck you right here, because, like, what a standards, what a clothes. I mean, like, you need me to take my shirt off? Like, this is what I got. Like, like, whatever. It's like struggling for me to think that I can operate and do operate in society in both terms. It's like I got my job. People think I'm somewhat normal. I mean, obviously, like I push the boundaries a bit because I know that there's a safe level that you can get to, that you can push boundaries in the norm, and people are still okay with it, and they're just sort of chalk it up to like, yeah, bit weird, bit quirky, but like still genuinely all right kind of guy. And then there's just like straight up being like antisocial. Very much against what the normal of society is, and, not so much just like, has tattoos, nose piercings, wears your cap backwards, but like full on walking down the street naked, pissing on dogs or whatever. Like, that's the kind of like, okay, that person just doesn't get the vibe of what the rest of society is doing because no one else is doing that. And so it's like, you can conform big like everyone else does and play it really safe in the middle and wear your jeans and your button-up shirt as you go down the street, and you talk about how good like the latest blockbuster movie was, and like things are genuine and normal and whatever. Or you can like call it out and be like, man, did you know Canadians have like milk that comes in a bag? Like, what the fuck is that about? That just seems like weird, bro. And it's like, sorry, like to dig on you Canadians, but it's like, obviously what's normal in society here for me, it's like walking around. You just wouldn't walk around thinking like, oh my god, there is milk in the fucking supermarket right now that's in like a plastic bag instead of like, I don't know, an actual container. I don't get it. And so, long rant short, it's like, this is what I need to revive, feel again like I am autistic, like I am weird. And just thanks for letting me be me. Thanks for letting me do this. Rather than just like, gosh, continue to be bland and just show up to the everyday. And this is, I guess, more of what I should be doing, is just getting on here and being a big dingus. Makes me feel more like it's me rather than every bit of day that, I go through the mundane action of like, hey, up at 6 a.m, meditate, walk, pray, go to the gym, whatever, shower, get ready for work, have breakfast, go to work the day. It's like, that's great, very healthy, good. People should be doing that. But if it's like you're just doing that and then you're coming home and you just sort of like sit and exist, and then it's like, well, I guess it's dinner time. Well, I guess it's bedtime. Oh, I'll go to sleep now. I wake up, repeat. It's like, on one level, very good for your mental health, very good for your physical health to like have that structure, that routine. Very good for, creating a life where you're financially, viable as a human. There are sort of all the things that you can look at it that are positives, and it's like, you don't want to take away those positives, but if it's just mixed in with bland, like, where's the extraordinary? And that's what I want. And it's like, maybe to shake things up, I just need to quit my job. I need to just be a vagabond for a while. I need to be a weirdo. I need to just be like, okay, like I don't want to rise to being normal. And that's at one extreme that, I have done that, and I don't want to do that anymore. That's why I became more bland and played the game, and I'm continuing to play the game and continuing to figure out how to do work and be normal and have that persona. And that's what it is. And then there's maybe finding something else, which is like doing the normal and having an outlet like this. And if nothing else, I guess this is what it is. This is just like public therapy. This is this guy figuring it out in front of you. Trying to be inspirational, trying to be cool, trying to be nothing but me. And if that comes off as, somewhat passionate or enigmatic or something that you can draw from as a viewer, cool. I'm happy for you. And for me, if it's that little bit of self-respect and dignity that I get to keep by feeling I can be a big dingus and be okay with it, then, well, I guess that's a win for everyone. Word.